Oh my god. I am a dumb fuck. I've been sitting here for the past 7 minutes talking, and I haven't added myself to the stream. Yay, blind press. Yay. Slow clap for my stupidity. Wow. Jesus Christ. It's definitely Monday. It's definitely a fucking Monday. That's what's going on here. So let's try this again. Cuz I was actually talking about something slightly important. So, um we just witnessed what it looks like when a woman lies about rape and abuse. And the juxtaposition of this is a manic Monday, yeah, right. Um the juxtaposition to that is the Jacob Hogard case out of Canada. Jacob Hogard is the or was the lead singer of Headley, which was a horrible, horrible, horrible band that came to be around 2005 ish. They had like 3 hits. Um, they were very popular with screaming emo teenage girls. Um, yeah, they were shit. And so hello, Costin. So in 2018, he was charged with sexually assaulting a woman in 2016. Um and also a 16-year-old. Uh he has just been found guilty of sexually assaulting the 24-year-old, but not the 16-year-old. The 24-year-old's account is really, really graphic, and I've gone through it. It stays consistent. Um, she right after it happened. So what involved this was she absolutely went to Hogarth's hotel with the intention of a hookup. Like they had hooked up. That was he purchased her ticket. She is from Ottawa. He purchased her round trip train ticket for the purpose of her coming. Hey, Cito. Yeah, no, I fucked up and forgot to hit the add to stream button. um, so she went like they were intending to have a hookup, but when she got there, he got very aggressive, um, and forced sexual acts on her that she a had never performed in her life and b did not want to do. And she repeatedly, during the 5 hours that she was there, he actually took her phone at the beginning of the encounter. Um, and he basically repeatedly, anally, orally, and vaginally raped her. And immediately following her leaving the hotel, she called a friend to recount what happened. She remembered feeling like it was her fault because she had gone there to hook up with him in the first place. But she also felt like, that I didn't want any of what had happened. I had gone there expecting something else. And her story stays consistent. Um, Finger bang the boy band. Yeah. Jacob Hogard, the Headley dude. Yeah, it's the dude from Headley Functional. So yeah, he has been convicted of sexually assaulting this woman, and his sentence should come down at some point in July. While this case was going on, and the jury was actually sequestered to keep them from knowing this and affecting their decision, a third complaint has come out from another woman. So this will make 3 complaints of sexual assault on this guy. Um, so yeah, that's what's going on. So now that I've added myself to the stream, let's share the screen and we will read this next story. So yesterday there was a march in Ottawa, or no, sorry, BC. And this march was protesting the basically complete lack of anything being done to further the investigations at burial sites and residential schools. Because when the first 215 bodies were found last year, there was a big to do. We're over 10,000 bodies now discovered, and nobody's talking about it anymore. So there was a march yesterday protesting that. And some asshole drove his truck into this protest. And the police are not really handling it very well. So we're going to take a look at this. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with both chats. Okay. So this article, where am I here? Outrage over the police response as First Nations marchers hit by truck. The RCMP are totally downplaying what actually happened, said a witness. It was a hit and run. He fled the scene. So let's carry on to the article here. So this is by Adrian Humphreys, and it was published this morning. So let's see, Mission, which was where the march was taking place, Mission, British Columbia. It was just a truck of peace. Let's see. That's the dirty side of Canada, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's because the local native leaders knew about the bodies the entire time. Oh, there's definitely some shady shit between like tribal councils and the government, and yeah, it's a broken system all around. All the way around, it's a broken system. Mission RCMP says it's fortunate that no one was seriously injured when a pickup truck driver struck and injured 4 with his pickup truck. Wow, or with his vehicle. Sorry. The pedestrians were among the group walking along some highway that voiceover is butchering. Sorry. Sorry. So witnesses were expressing outrage Sunday over police response to an incident the day before in Mission, BC, when the driver of a pickup truck let's try this again. Witnesses were outraged Sunday over police response to an incident the day before in Mission, BC, when the driver of a pickup truck drove into a group of marching to raise awareness of the treatment of First Nations at residential schools, injuring 5. So, yeah, they were marching to the St. Mary's residential school, I believe. Asia Research Directorate. Oh, absolutely. You're absolutely right, functional. The outrage mob's narrative is shot. Do. Oh, well, the RCMP said that there was no indication it was a targeted attack, rather than characterizing the incident as a dangerous hit and run. Officers declared it, quote, an impatient driver who tried to get around a group of people marching on the highway in a media release. Yeah, I don't think so, RCMP. I don't think I would like I wouldn't go and fan the flames of outrage or anything, but to characterize it as an impatient driver, no. Dude hit 5 people. Like that is not just an impatient driver. Hey. So let's see here. The RCMP are totally downplaying what actually happened, said Garrett Dan of Abbotsford, BC, who was participating in the march. Garrett Dan, at the site of at the side of the St. Mary's residential school where both of his parents attended. Oh, that sucks. They shouldn't, quote, they shouldn't be sugarcoating anything like that. It was a hit and run, he said, or he fled the scene. Well, yeah, first of all, he hit 5 people. Anyways, off to run some errands. Alrighty, have a good one. So yeah, this guy hit 5 people. That is definitely more than an impatient driver. I'm sorry. The pickup driver steered onto the shoulder of the road in an apparent attempt to bypass traffic, he said. One of the march organizers stopped him. Quote, he didn't like it. And then, all of a sudden, he decided to hit him with his truck, Dan said. Quote, he drove into him. I watched, or I was looking into my rear view mirror to keep an eye on what was going on. And you could clear as day, see he went driving towards him. Wow. So Buddy tried to drive up on the shoulder, which is a dick move anyways. I don't know about the rules in BC, but I don't think you are allowed to go up on the shoulder on the highway, and do that. I don't think that's allowed. So first of all, that's an asshole thing to do anyway. And then when the protest organizer is like, dude, stop. Buddy's like, fuck you, I'm gonna run you over with my truck. Okay then. Like, these guys were on the shoulder of the highway. It's not like they were out marching on the asphalt. They were on the shoulder. No, passing on the shoulder is not legal anywhere. I didn't think so. I didn't think it was legal, but I just wasn't sure. So, yeah, this guy was being an asshole in the first place, going on the shoulder. And then the protest organizer, one of the march organizers was like, "Dude, the fuck are you doing? Stop." And Buddy was like, "Beep beep, motherfucker." Like, wow. Quote, "It doesn't matter who you are. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean you get to ride the shoulder and try to drive through a crowd. Try to drive through a crowd of people. No, you don't get to ride on the shoulder. Period." In Ontario, it falls under Section 151 of the Highway Traffic Act, I think under subsection B. Ah. So yeah, this guy was so this was in BC, but yeah, he's still being an ass. The driver allegedly hit more marchers further along the road because he was probably still on the shoulder. Chris Robertson helped run the event. The March for Recognition for Residential Schools, which was organized by the BC chapter of the Crazy Indian Brotherhood, a drug and alcohol support group. Interesting. Let's see. He said there were children and children and elders participating, but none was hit. Well, that's good. But still, like, Jesus. What an asshole. And then the RCMP was like, "Oh, yeah, it was just an impatient driver." Robertson heard that a truck had hit one of the traffic control flagmen, sorry, at the back of the march, and then saw the truck coming up the shoulder toward him. Oh, that's fun. Several organizers called for him to stop. Well, yeah. he, vehicle pedestrians. Oh man, what a clusterfuck. That had to be terrifying. Quote, "I turned and looked back at him. And at that point, he stepped on the throttle." You mean he stepped on the accelerator? You don't step on the throttle. "And started toward us," Robertson said. One of his friends went under the truck. Shit. And rolled out while another went over the hood. Oh, damn. He said the truck's bumper hit Robertson's knee as it passed. The driver briefly stopped. The driver briefly stopped. Some water bottles were thrown at his truck, and he drove off, he said. You're lucky that's all that was fucking done. No bodies have been dug up anywhere, have they? I think they actually have. I think that the forensic work is being done on them. But I could be wrong. Had it been any one of us driving, we'd be in jail already. We would be charged with attempted murder, assault with a dangerous weapon. The book would have been thrown at us already, Robertson said. Okay, no, don't make. Okay, yeah, you know what? Usually, I'm quick to say don't make this a race issue, but the BCRCMP are fucking shit. They're garbage. You're 67 cents away from a payout. Oh shit. That's awesome. And 288. That's great, dude. I've got to get to 145 pounds so I can get a PS5, but then I actually have to fucking find one. Jesus Christ. So that article I read about in on Friday about the Amazon thing with the invite codes. Yeah, guess what's not available in Canada? The invites for PS5 purchases. Nope, 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 nope. And then all of the RCMP are garbage. Um, and then we had so yeah, and then I went to look at Sony's website because I'm like maybe you could buy directly from Sony because I've heard of people in the States doing that. Nope, nope. They make you go to Best Buy, The Source, Amazon, or GameStop. Guess who has guess which store has a PS5? Oh, and Walmart. Guess which stores have PS5s at them? Just guess. Just I'll give you a hint. It's a big fucking donut. And it's fucking stupid. So the PS5 is like the Tickle Me Elmo doll back in the day. How much weight do I have to lose? I have to lose 7 pounds now. And I am doing cardio and strength training. So I'm doing like, I walk every day, either to the gym or around my neighborhood. When I get to the gym, I do like cycling or a treadmill. I do weight training. I'm doing core training. I'm doing like a whole mixed workout. I'm focusing on like everything. Hello, Jordan. So yeah, it's and I'm also like I've started making myself fruit smoothies. Um I've come up with some pretty good recipes for fruit smoothies. There and I got a new blender. Bingalo found a Ninja blender for me. So, and I'm using a calorie tracking app called Lose It. Yeah. Yeah, your lungs, yeah. Recipes, give me. I'll DM you, dude. I don't think Stephen Fry can read anything now. Hasn't he been canceled? I thought that I could have sworn Stephen Fry got canceled for something. All right. This is cool. I can get my Apple News. I've got my Apple News thing. And I can get links and stuff from there and share them to myself and open them in Chrome. This is cool. No, Stephen Fry's still alive. Stephen Fry's still alive. He voices they redid Danger Mouse and Stephen Fry is Danger Mouse in the redo. Danger Mouse. So, who wants to find out how racist Quebec is? Are we ready to find out how racist Quebec is? Lord Femin reminded me of Fry from Futurama. Yeah, no, he's alive. Who are you thinking of that died that looked and sounded like Stephen Fry? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because all the British comedians that I'm thinking of that are that age are still alive. Like Stephen Fry, Rowan Atkinson, fucking Ricky Gervais. Like they're all that age. Yesterday though, Christ Almighty, tripped and I got dumped in a day on a day's worth of rain in 15 minutes. My shoes are still wet. Oh, I hate that. How's that handgun ban going? Oh, it's just a freeze. Billy Connolly is still alive somehow. Yep. He's hilarious. Billy Connolly is fucking great. I don't know what it is about Scottish comedians. Like Danny Boy. He is fucking hilarious. Freaking who's the other guy? The other Scottish. Yeah, you've got similar weather to Southern Ontario. Oh, you look at Stephen Fry as a comedian, I look at him as a philosopher. Aren't the two synonymous with each other? So, Quebec teacher removed from classroom over Bill 21 says taking off her hijab to keep her job would send the wrong message to students. And you know what? She's right. She's right. So this was published 6 hours ago and updated 3 hours ago, and it includes a correction. So for those of you who are going, what the fuck is Bill 21? Bill 21 is this lovely law in Quebec where if you are a public servant, like a teacher or a like provincial government worker or any of that type of ilk, and you are a Jew that wears a yarmulke or a kippah, or a Muslim that wears a hijab or a niqab, or a Sikh that wears a turban, or any kind of face or head covering, but not any kind of rosaries or anything like that. That's okay, right? The white Christian stuff, that's fine. But no. If you have not watched the Runkle Handgun Freeze video, maybe it's now a time you. I watched that on. Oh wait, no, I didn't. Jews? No. Jews are not considered Caucasian. No. I'm not entirely sure what, I can't remember what Jewish people are considered, but I know that it's not Caucasian. Yeah. Nope. The cross is still allowed. They're keeping the cross in the General Assembly Hall, Asia Research Directorate. It is specifically a ban on pretty much the brown people religions. and their face coverings and their religious symbols. She's from Gatineau. Oh shit. Fatima Envery in Gatineau, Quebec, says of Bill 21. Oh, this is a photo. Sorry. For days after the deadly attack, Fatima. Wait, what? After the deadly attack, Fatima felt numb, unable even to cry. In early June last year. Oh, right, the Muslim attack in London. At an intersection in London, Ontario, a pickup truck struck down a Muslim Canadian family, killing and wounding. Uh, yeah, in early June last year, at an intersection in London, Ontario, a pickup truck struck a Muslim Canadian family, killing 4 and wounding another. 6 months later, she was called into the principal's office of the elementary school in Chelsea, Quebec, where she taught English. And a recent court decision meant that Quebec's Bill 21, which banned public workers in positions of authority from wearing religious symbols, would be enforced at English schools in the province, meaning Anvar would have to remove her headscarf or lose the job she loved. Fuck your religious freedom. Fuck your charter rights. This is Quebec, motherfucker. Fuck Quebec, seriously. Like, no, I don't have a guide dog yet. I want one. To be fair, I object to the niqab, but not on religious grounds. If you can't show your face, maybe we shouldn't be in the same. So there's a different, like, yeah, it's a cultural thing, right? But the minute you legislate people's religion, like Canada and America were founded on being able to, like, we have, both countries have bills of rights, and freedom of religion is one of those rights, and freedom of expression is one of those rights, and freedom to practice your religion is one of those rights. And wait, I'm part Ashkenazi. Does that mean I'm mixed race? I think so. So yeah, I'm sorry, but if the fucking government isn't going to take the giant crucifix out of the general assembly hall of the government, and they are public workers in position of authority, then this whole fucking ban is not about what they're saying it's about at all. It's not. They can pretend it is, but it's not. And I'm sorry, like I have family in Quebec. Quebec is a nice place to visit. There's a lot of racist motherfuckers in Quebec. Like a lot. And I don't mean like by today's Twitter standards of racism. I mean like your old-fashioned kind of racism. The racism that you hear and see and go, "Ooh, I really don't like that." Like that's what's in Quebec. And it's bills like this really kind of illustrate that. The decision was once again clear before even being asked, she told her apologetic principal, quote, "I am not willing to take it off. A law that ordered her not to wear the hijab felt as wrong as one that forces women to put it on, or as it felt as wrong as a woman as one that forces a woman to put it on, and what kind of message that would send to her students." That's a good argument. The freedom and one of the reasons that Muslim women, moderate Muslim women, appreciate living in a place like Canada and the States is that they have a choice to wear their hijab, right? And being forced to not wear your hijab is just as bad as being forced to wear your hijab. The whole point about living in a place like Canada or the States, morning, Seamus. The whole point of living in a place like Canada or the States is that you have the choice of how you are going to practice your religion. And if, one day you don't want to wear your hijab or your niqab or your crucifix, and then another day you do, that's your fucking right. And nobody has business to tell you what to do other than yourself in regards to your spirit. So yeah, that's a very good argument. Quote, "I am always about encouraging kids to fight their own or to find their own identity and grow on their own terms, and that nobody should dictate who they are," said Ms. Onbury, 28, in an interview. Quote, "I wouldn't have been me in my class." So I'm I'm guessing she's probably Canadian born. From the way that she's expressing like she's probably Canadian born. Um, and she's got a very good point. Like, how can she encourage her students to learn who they are and find out who they are and be themselves, and then um not and then kowtow to somebody? That's a she's right. Do, 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 do. When asked if she would call herself a political person, she said she's, quote, "just a person going about life." But last December, she became a prominent symbol of the consequences of Quebec's controversial law and renewed a conversation about tolerance and multiculturalism in Canada, a place where Miss Onbury, a wait, sorry, when Miss Onbury, a what does it say? Uh, a place where Miss Onbury and uh, it's not reading it properly. Sorry. Last December, she became a prominent and symbol of the consequences of Quebec's controversial law and renewed a conversation about tolerance and multiculturalism. So she's an Iranian Canadian, and she once believed that she could do what she wanted and not be judged. That would have been the whole point. The removal of a well-loved teacher from the classroom led to protests by parents and students who demonstrated outside the who demonstrated outside the constituency office of the provincial politician and tied green ribbons, which was her favorite color to the school fence. Oh, that's awesome. That's a supportive community. At the same time, Ms. Anver was getting nasty tweets and messages, some from people who had found her both at the University of Ottawa, where she was working on a master's of education and volunteering as a mentor to grad students. The profile said she had been born in Iran and spoke Persian, detailing some uh, details some used to make their attacks more personal. Jesus Christ. It was, she says, a quote, terrifying time. Quote, I kept reminding myself the reaction was more positive than negative. Yeah, like to have the support of your school behind you and the parents and students, that's awesome. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. One positive, Ms. Anver's principal quickly created a solution. She reestablished Miss Anvar to teach monthly classes on diversity and inclusion to students from kindergarten to grade 6, working as a professional at the school and not a teacher responsible for evaluating students. Ms. Anvar fell outside Bill 21. That's still bullshit. That's still crap. Here, we'll figure out a way for you to not have to take off your hijab and work it. What, like that? I mean, good for the principal, but the fact that you have to do shit like that is crap. 5 months later, sitting in an Ottawa coffee shop, Ms. Anvar is warm and eloquent, reflecting on that difficult time. A cream, a cream scarf, one of her favorite, flows loosely around her face. She has a silver ring in her nose. She has only started the part time teaching job in late October. It was her first full year. Um, Sorry, it was her first full year. But she's got a nose ring too. Sorry. It was her first full year of contract in Canada. Until then, she worked as a supply teacher, popping in and out of classrooms. But by the time the edict came down from the school board, her presence was already well known. The school had already sent home class photos weeks earlier, and she had already met with parents for parent and teacher interviews. So she was established. Driving home from the day of the principal's meeting, she says, I quote, I cried so much that I couldn't see the road clearly. At that time, I felt very alone. People didn't know me yet. The mother of a student eventually spread word about what had happened, and she became the topic of dinner conversations, with parents forced to explain to their kids why Miss Fatima was no longer their teacher. She becomes emotional, and when she talks about the support she received. I bet. Like, that had to feel great. I believe in democracy, but everyone is meant to be equal. Yep. Let's see. She is reluctant to wade too deeply into the politics behind the law or Quebec's more recent Bill 96. Um, which imposes new rules to reinforce the use of French in public services and small businesses. I just don't see how it can bring people together, she says. It can't. It fucking can't. Keep moving for 1 minute to make progress to your stand goal. Okay. I suppose. Welcome to the chat room. Chat post moderate. Post dog poster check. Oh no, I was not press button. Okay. So, what's the next story here? Oh, wow. Okay. One more. Oh, no, that's not the one I wanted to do. I wanted to do the disability one. That's what I wanted to do. Oh, shit. Shit. How do I... Shit. Can I come back to this now that I'm in it? Okay. Perfect. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. How do I leave? What the hell? There we go. Okay, I'll be back. There's an Apple event, and me and the blindies are going to be watching it. Always allow Apple... What? Why are you not going to let me read this? Okay. Yeah, we're watching, there's an Apple event, and the blindies are doing a FaceTime. God damn it. There, I just muted myself. Go away, notifications. I'm busy. Clear all notifications. Make it go away. Okay. Oh, okay. Click here. Okay, that's what I want. Okay. Close news. Now I can share this. Okay, so let's do this last story here. And this one is about how long COVID apparently is going to affect people or affect disability somehow. So let's take a look at this. Oops, I have to actually, there we go. I know what I'm doing, I promise. Okay. Here we go. How long COVID could change the way we think about disability. Of course. Of course. And this is from the Washington Post. Mallory Stanislavsek was hesitant to make the call. She hadn't spoken to her friend for years, but the friend who gets around in a wheelchair was the only person the 34-year-old nurse practitioner would be ready or who could understand the questions about how to accept help, about how to about being ready to accept help, about using a wheelchair, and about the new identity her battle with long COVID had thrust on her. If I was her friend and I got the call that was like, yeah, so I had COVID and now I have long COVID, and so now I'm disabled like you, I'd be like, bitch, what? No, you're fucking not. Quote, I think she is the first person I said to, quote, I'm disabled now, Stanislav said, telling the friend, and I'm working on accepting that. The coronavirus pandemic has created a mass disabling event that experts liken to HIV, polio, or World War II, with millions of sufferers. The long term effects of infections with the coronavirus, many have found their lives dramatically changed and are grappling with what it means to be disabled. Um, I'm not sure that, like, I'm sure that having, like, there are viruses that can absolutely debilitate you and disable you, like polio giving you paralysis, measles making you blind. But is chronic fatigue, and like, is that a disability? Is that, I don't know. Dramatic influx of newly disabled Americans changes the calculation for disability advocates who have in recent years been uniting around a shared identity, pushing back against historical marginalization by affirming their self-worth and embracing their disabilities. Okay. Quote, we're taking a big tent approach in the disability community, said Rebecca Valles, a senior fellow at the Century Foundation. Yes, intersectionalism, it sucks. Mallory Stanislavsik. Oh, it's a picture. The shift also underscores the challenges of creating common cause among people who have sometimes battled over limited resources. Those tensions resurface as some who share similar symptoms with COVID long haulers, including persistent fatigue, saw research dollars poured into long COVID. Yeah, there were resentments, said Diana Zicklin, Zicklin Barrett, who founded the Long Haulers Advocacy Group, Survive, uh, Survivor Core. Quote, it was, we've been out here screaming from the rooftops for decades, and you guys show up, said Barrett, who emphasized the importance of working together. Well, if you guys, okay, you guys want to talk about working together, yet you guys get a virus that, everyone has been getting, and you get automatic research dollars and, a lot more compassion than people who have been dealing with shit like you have, like long, like extreme fatigue, uh, joint pain, all of this for decades, and they've just been told that they're faking it and shit. So yeah, it's a little frustrating. I'm just saying, it's a little frustrating. I don't know what to say. It's just a little, it's a little stupid. I'm just saying. You can't expect the disability community who's been striving and scratching and screaming and clawing for rights for decades to feel charitable to people who, who got sick with something that's very recent and they're getting all the attention and help. That's not fair. And then the new people are like, well, we have to work together. Well, bitch, fuck you. We've been working together for decades. You show up and get everything, and you're telling us we have to work together? Fuck off. How about you work together with us and stop acting like you're so fucking special? Sorry, but like, that's kind of bullshit. All right, guys. I am going to end this and go to the washroom. I do not have an O&M lesson tomorrow morning, so I will be doing a morning Beat the Blind Girl tomorrow. Maybe tonight also, but not sure. Not going to fully assuredly announce one tonight just in case I fall asleep. So, yeah. But thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And if I don't see you on Twitch tonight, I will see you on Twitch tomorrow. So have a great one. Bye.